Taboo conversations, witty interpretations. Motivator on the hunt, ain't got a grudge. Street news is the tea. Vexed uncensored, smoke the beat. Vexed uncensored, smoke the beat.
Welcome back to Vexed Uncensored with me, Mo Vader.
And me, Saint.
And fuck yeah. Listen, it's been a long week, man.
Yeah.
Long ass week.
Yeah, we shoved that virtual crap into your face last week.
Yeah. Wait, what was the story? Who got banged up? Someone got banged up. Someone was...
I don't even remember. None of it.
Doing a little 24 hours, little 24, you know. Little bird.
Sorry, the CBD got caught in my throat. You know, it's illegal, guys. It's legal.
Yes. Well, legally speaking, how you doing?
Yeah, I guess I'm okay. Yes, felt a bit under the weather this week, but I haven't gotten sick. So, you know, when you feel like you're gonna, and it doesn't appear. So I'm alive. I'm alive, you know. I haven't actually been sick since COVID, like a cold or anything like that.
Oh, really?
Nope.
Oh, shit.
I realised the other day, I was like, oh yeah, so 2 years, I haven't had a cold in 2 years, no flu, no nothing.
Oh, wow. That's a touch. That is a touch.
Yeah, God is good.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
What about you? How's the month going for you?
It's good.
Okay.
It's been good, you know. It's actually been good.
See, we like to hear that. It's a different pace for the show.
Yeah, no, it's shockingly good, if I'm honest. I've had the chance to kind of live a surrogate life. Just I'm a bit more tired more often. But it's fulfilling. It's quite wholesome.
Yeah, well spent.
Yeah. Very well spent. Very well spent.
Yes. How are you guys out there? Not that you can answer, but I mean you can, I guess, somehow. Legit.
Yeah, it's like, fuck it, show up and listen, and
it's just at Vexed Uncensored, literally everywhere. So come say hello if you dare to.
Do you know what? I hope this doesn't come up. Actually, it's gonna come up. Let me wait. Let me wait. Remind me to tell you how wicked the internet is.
Oh, don't I know it?
Yeah,
it's wicked in our head.
Wicked madness, just pure madness.
Pure madness.
Okay. Getting into it. Right.
Now for the hottest topics.
Voice actress of Pokemon's Jessie and Misty passes away from cancer.
I know.
Oh no.
Yeah. Because I was watching, I think the newest one is Pokemon Masters. Yeah, so it's like Brock, Misty and Ash are back together again and all that shit. And I was like, oh, throwback to, you know, our kind of generation and era. But I noticed Jessie's voice is different. Yeah. Misty's voice is different. And now I know why.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So rest in peace to her. But yeah, I didn't like all the in-between shit. Give me the original characters and I'm laughing. So I did watch a few episodes and it was cool.
Okay. Not bad. Next
topic is... Russia accused of planting a fire-causing device on a plane to the UK that caused a DHL fire. I think there is some intel loading on this, I think. In a warehouse, UK warehouse fire. Police investigate whether spies placed incendiary package that caught alight in Birmingham. Counter-terrorism police are looking into whether Russia was responsible and injured... Oh, no one was injured. What's that about?
It was the tester pack. It's the one.
It was accident. You know, it's accident.
Whether it was to test what can get through and what can't.
Yeah.
But then again, who really wants to send a package to Birmingham of all places?
I know. Trust me, I've lived there. Shout out to you guys. You know,
something else.
Something else.
Do that again?
Fucking something else. But yeah, I'm sure it was meant to go off on the plane, not in the DHL warehouse.
Yeah. It's a bit late.
Yeah. I mean, are they even shipping packages from Russia? You can't buy nothing in Russia. Sony won't even put my music out in Russia.
Really?
Whether I like it or not. No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm not going to make a stink over it because I don't even know if I've got any Russian listeners. But yeah, they won't do it.
At all.
Nope.
What, they're literally just not operating in that. So Russians aren't even listening to any music that's...
I don't know what I would really want to hear from a Russian in Russia as to like what things are like, because the whole world has been blocking their shit since this Ukraine thing.
Really?
Everything. If you pay attention to like like Amazon, like just anything Russian is a no. I don't know how they can do that. That's like discrimination.
Yeah.
You know?
It looks like everyone's got rights until they don't have them.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't heard no. Like, we don't even hear out of Russia. What's Russian social media like?
It's true. It's that fucking alphabet they use. How are you supposed to go onto a Russian website? Can't read, can't write it. It's not easily decipherable.
True. Don't matter. They've always been a bit of a like hermit. Not really, but yeah. They want their resources, but they just clearly don't want. They're trying to break them, aren't they?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can't break Russia.
What's that thing called? War tactic. It's a siege.
Yeah.
It's a siege, a war of attrition.
Yeah. Starve them.
Yeah.
You know?
Good luck. There's a lot of potatoes and turnips in motherland.
They'd be jarring fucking meats for 200 years and shit. Like, do you know what I mean? They got weights out in Russia now. You know?
I've never met a Russian beggar.
They've still got buildings plated in gold and shit. I'm sure.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of money over there.
It's true. It's a shame the ruble is disrespected around
Not
the world.
What is a ruble?
The ruble is
Do you know what I mean? What is a ruble in British pounds?
What is a ruble?
Let's see.
They probably won't even trade it, exchange it.
Maybe. What is 1 ruble in British pounds? It's less than 1 pence.
No way.
I'm going to Russia.
No way.
I'm going to Russia. Literally, bitch. Like, what? I'm a king over there. You know? Ruski, hello. Hello, I'm here. That's what I mean. That'll be me off the plane. You know? I heard if you go shopping casually, they'll just give you vodka for free.
Really?
You stack casual out there. Because they've been that way, it's like their tolerance is super high. You know?
Wow.
I've never drank with a Russian that I can think of. I wouldn't want to.
No, my liver's already hurting.
Yeah, like, no, I just, hell no. They've won, you won. You know. So,
Imagine. Like, to have that high of a tolerance, what on earth happens to them after 50?
well, they tend to like shrink and you just see them hobbling around.
It's a very stoic kind of...
Bitches can't move their faces these days. You know? Botulism. Botulism. Because Botox is a neurotoxin, you know, and it'll be freezing all your muscles and your nerves and stuff.
Yeah.
So you can't even lift an eyebrow.
Oh shit.
You know.
Is that why whenever they're crying,
Yeah.
it looks funny because they don't look like they're crying?
Yeah, like Kim Kardashian's looking like a frog because she can't cry properly because her whole face is frozen. You know. Imagine. I would never try Botox, I don't think. Not that I need to, bitch.
Oh snap.
You know.
Poisoning caused by the toxin from Clostridium botulinum, a type of anaerobic bacteria that grows in improperly prepared food.
Oh.
Okay.
Near enough.
That's botulism.
God damn. God bless you. You know, Botox ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed. And so yes, next topic. Is this show sounding boring? Or is it me? Like, what's going on?
It's the environment.
Oh,
It's just a change of energy.
I see.
Yeah. It's weird how that happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. A shift. It is a new moon today
Oh dear.
as well. So,
Do you know what? I used to, not for the reasons that other people track the moon, but I used to track the moon because
werewolf.
where I work,
Oh, right.
it fries their brains. There is always an incident.
Shut the fuck up. I've heard of that.
Major.
Well, the moon controls a lot more than we think. The oceans, the wave of the oceans, a lot. Animals react to it. Humans, though, I never noticed humans' behavior changes, but...
Nah, man, listen, when they've got certain, certain...
Conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full moons, new moons, that 3-4 day period, not only is their emotions way up there and
Yes.
but
That makes sense.
they act on it.
Them and witches. The witches are out tonight. You know?
I'm telling you, I've seen some shit.
May the Lord bind the witches. Bind them, Lord. Bind them in Jesus' name.
The blood.
The blood.
The blood. Okay, this is a bit more serious. So,
All right.
One Direction star Liam Payne dies horrifically
Yeah.
at age 31. So,
Yes. That's a year removed from us.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
And this is actually going to tie into me saying just how wicked.
Yeah. That was going to be one of my next moments because I was just like, what the actual fuck?
So it's managed to get to you and to me too
Yeah.
without
Without discussion.
the thing.
It's only been a day.
Yeah. Have you heard the TikTok kind of joke trend thing?
I'm not on there, thank God. Not on there. My brain can't take TikTok. No. It can barely take YouTube and Instagram these days.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So people have put up this kind of paragraph where they might be doing some random stuff in the background, yeah. But the text that is shown says Liam Payne had a 6-year music career and his biggest hit was.
Do you know what it is? Might as well just get into it. It's the Gen Z. It's the new generations. You lot are so fucking like, what is the word? Unempathetic, isn't it? It's like soulless. Like you lot ain't even got a feeling in your bodies. Like what the fuck is going on? This is what social media's done to them.
Yeah.
Fuck them, mate. Their brains are. I don't know how to even.
Yeah.
All I've seen is like memes and like because here's the thing, he's few of them ex-girlfriends, and they've been talking for a little bit, I guess, but they're doing interviews like as of a couple of weeks ago, talking about some shit, like some abusive shit. And I think the worst I heard was one of them, he was chasing one of them with an axe at one point. Drugs, that's all I got to say. Drugs. I saw the photos of in his hotel room before it happened. There was a Dove soap. I got to ask you about, not that you would maybe know about this, but there was a Dove soap wrapper, and then there was like, I wouldn't want to say syringes, but you know the baby, you know, if you're feeding a baby or a little, you know, the little and like white powder, and I'm like, why is the soap there? Are you sniffing? Like, what's that about? What's the soap? Why was the Dove soap there? I've got a photo. I've got the photo. Let me show you.
Did I see it?
Yeah.
The first thing that sort of comes to mind is if maybe that's what was used.
That's like what?
As a container.
So I was thinking, that's what like people with no money do. They sniff like bath salts and shit. This boy's got money.
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
you never know. Depending on your lifestyle, 6 to 8 years away from the One Direction days, you might not have much of that money left over.
Goddamn iPhone. I'm back on the iPhone. Where's the screenshots?
It would be in the Galleria.
I'm only back on this bitch because foldable phones are pieces of shit. Samsung. Don't buy no foldable phones, guys. It's not worth it. It's pretty, but goddamn, it broke like a cookie.
I reckon it's probably how it comes packaged, if that's the case.
Because where was he? Argentina. I mean,
not too far off. Being la cocaine.
la cocaine.
I don't know about
Here we go.
the poppy fields.
Tin foil, and I couldn't work out if he's doing crack, smack, heroin,
He's doing both.
which is smack, but you know what I mean.
He's doing both.
See.
Yeah. He's doing both. So the box is probably just where he's had all of his wraps.
Because I was thinking, like, I was trying to think of a drug that people be cutting it with soap, and I'm like, there isn't one that I know of, and I'm not from no motherfucker. I'm from the hood now. Do you know what I mean? And I had never heard of no motherfucking, you know? But yeah, it was really baffled me. But yeah, guys, if you don't know by now, I'm sure you all know he obviously, most of the reports are saying he fell from a balcony. Now, the ones in Argentina say he threw himself off the balcony. After the hotel, you know, said there's an angry guy on drugs and drink, and they're worried because of the balcony, because he's obviously in the penthouse.
Yeah.
And I saw the balcony, and it's like just glass railing. And them hotels, I know, like, they go for aesthetic, but that shit's not safe. Never has been. People with kids, I always worry about them shits.
The assumption is people with kids will should right, make better judgment.
Yep.
And would go to like family friendly places.
Yeah.
And people who stay in the penthouse suites stay inside and get up to what they're getting up to. And I mean, it should. At
It's usually
least-
the whole floor, innit? The penthouse is the
Yeah.
whole circumference of the building.
Yeah. So ideally, you should be in a place in life where jumping isn't really on the to-do list.
And TMZ publishing the photos. I have not seen them. Hallelujah. They published the photos like an hour. I saw the breaking news once again. And not my cup of tea music wise, too old to even know what One Direction. Do you know what I mean? One Direction, all that. Still know who they all are. Like I saw them on X Factor when they were getting chosen or whatever. So Universal, his label, dropped him a few days ago.
What, before he jumped?
Mm-hmm. I dropped him. I think his girlfriend left like a day or two before
Yeah.
as well. I don't know if that's got anything, I'm not making assumptions. Then obviously his ex is saying this stuff, which I reckon all them things they're saying, he was clearly on drugs doing it when he did those things, I'm going to assume.
Yeah.
So he obviously had an alcohol and drug addiction issue.
Yeah.
Which, as we all know, can like really fuck someone's life up. But now there's people in the industry who are saying we failed him because, we've known him for a long time. Maybe they knew some of the things he's struggling with and did nothing.
Nothing.
And in music, drugs is very much permitted and pushed. And like most other jobs in life, since when can you be doing coke and all this shit? Like they be doing it openly, including the executives. Do you know what I mean? I know if people think things are different now, they're not. So there's really a lack of responsibility and care and mental health and all of that shit. And I get he was an abuser, but this boy was 31. He had like a good amount of time to think about that, overcome that, apologize, get through. Like he's 31 years old, so it's like I don't get what all of this sick, soulless. Yeah, I've never seen nothing like it. Cruel, like you lot are cruel. Fucking hell.
Social media and the internet has made it more accessible, readily accessible.
Yeah.
Whereas I was in the barber shop not too long ago, and I remember a man older than I am came in. The barbers started punking him and joking, busting jokes and that. The man popped his head around the bend in the corner, asked, is there any kids in the shop?
Oh, Lord God.
Tony said there's no kids in the shop. The man too started ripping them up, talking about, he had one woman, he's had a wally woman. He had one of them talking about, what was it? She likes to suck toes. And then when she's done sucking toes now, she asks if she can shit on him. And then the shop goes quiet, but everyone's all busted up. Like, okay.
And who's letting her?
Now he says he didn't let her.
Okay.
But
what's done in the dark?
Exactly. And I'm of the opinion
Yeah.
the scat genre of sexual activities is brought up.
God.
That's wild. Imagine,
In my day, that's what whores were paid to do by perverts. They used to be called. Now it's just kink. Back in the day, you were a motherfucking pervert. You had to go to a hooker and pay her a lot of fucking money to keep her mouth shut, first of all, and to do it.
Yeah.
Because even whores, you lot think whores didn't know. A lot of them are like, I'd be getting this money doing X, Y, and Z, doing barely anything. Because they're experts. They can, chuck it, They're experts, let's just put it that way. They could get it done. But they didn't have to do all that crazy shit. But no, people was dropping bans on them to do this shit. Now people are doing it for fun, and abuse is all I gotta say.
It is, isn't it?
It's gotta be. So, yeah, I'm gonna wait till later. I'm gonna get into that.
It's shocking stuff. Honestly, it really is. But
because he had a kid with Cheryl Cole, and I always forget that.
Liam?
I don't know how old she is, but at least 12, 13 years it's gotta be.
Wasn't Cheryl Cole Ashley Cole's wife?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What? So she had that after or before?
Well, she was with him when we were in secondary school. For sure. Ashley Cole, Cheryl Cole, that. So it's been a long time. We forget our age because it's been a long time. But yeah, he had a baby with her a few years ago. Oh no, 7 years. I think the kid's 7. Yeah, so this is the thing. He's got children. He's got family. Wow. He's from, what's that? Warwickshire. Like one of them. But it's like, them people are like small town people a lot of the time, like their mentality. Like he went to the top of the industry. One Direction, a lot of money, a lot of whatever. They're not Londoners. They didn't grow up generations of that mentality of hardened. Yeah, we can deal with anything. Like they're from, Warwickshire. I don't know what his accent was, to be honest. Quite hard to do. But yeah, like that too. His family. What I'm saying is, he got to high heights. Who is he talking to about that? His mummies, daddies, cousins. He's like, who can relate? No one. So if there's no one in the industry, or his handlers aren't caring or giving a fuck, then he's alone, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know,
You would only have devices to cope, really.
devices.
Devices.
You know. Yeah. Very sad.
Yeah, it is.
You know. Fuck you, motherfucking cruel ass, sick ass bitches out there. But yes, we're gonna move on. So Elon Musk fools people at latest robot expo. Did you see it?
I didn't see it.
Oh, he's called it We Robot, the expo.
We Robot.
What a if you ain't got a creative bone in your body, bitch. And the guy from iRobot, because they all like all his shit. Okay, so he premiered a allegedly autonomous like big, like, do you remember the Batman animated series kind of style?
Yeah.
Kind of vehicle. But it does look like the shuttle from iRobot, the film. It does. The shuttle.
Oh shit! Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. And then the robot itself, people are comparison to iRobot, which it doesn't. I don't think the robot looks like iRobot.
It does.
Like the iRobots had faces.
It's Sunny.
It's more like
That was his name, right? Sunny.
Sunny. Yeah,
it was Sunny.
Yeah. What else did he premiere? Oh, some gold like steering wheel-less. Kind of look like, again, the Audi from iRobot. It looks just like it.
Yeah.
But it ain't got a steering wheel. It drives itself, and it's a taxi. These are the taxis that he's trying to put out.
Yeah.
But basically, he opened like a crate and like all walked out on their own.
Yeah.
And you know, that's out of every iRobot too.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: they're walking around and people are talking. There's a video of 2 Chainz talking to one, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, responding like in real time. I knew as soon as I heard that robot talking, that's not a fucking AI. That's a person. That's a person speaking.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a person. And then I come find out those that you're seeing there walking are their telemotion. There's someone in a lab nearby controlling them with their bodies.
Oh.
It's not walking on its own. It's not AI whatsoever.
Yeah.
He's tomfoolery.
This is a mannequin, a puppet.
Yeah. I mean, I'm impressed with the fact that it's mobile, it's walking, it's not getting any help. It was serving drinks to people, whether it's operated or not. It's impressive. But yeah, I just feel like you can't. So basically, he's like, I think 100. I want to say 100. No, it can't be a billion. 100 billion. It must be 100 million. But he's lost a lot of. Like they've sold off spare shares, spare people.
Yeah.
Since then.
What? Because of the fraud, or just from seeing the robots?
Because he's an idiot. He'd be jumping out, trying to get attention, trying to wow. Like, this is real shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Investors are expecting you're really doing this, right? Like. They're not putting all this money in for fucking games and tricks and shows and shit. I know it's Halloween, but like, this is real shit. He thinks everything's a game. Same with Twitter. Like, he's some fucked up Twitter. You don't give a fuck because shareholders, they don't care if they make a profit or loss. As long as they, like the company, I mean, or him, it's all about like, I don't know. He's just a clown to me. And like, they're not pleased. And I wouldn't be either if I was a shareholder. Like, what are you doing? Hold it back. Get it done for real. You know? Fine, showcase the thing, but be honest with people. So, guys, my team operating these, they'll still be wowed. I'd be more impressed if he was honest. But yeah, like, I still think that other one that we talked about, the Unitree, wow, that one is real. That actually has AI. I saw a new video. It's jumping over gaps. And they're going straight to public market for half the price of what he's trying to sell this one for. It's 30 grand he's trying to sell this one for. And I know why, because that's the salary of an average human being. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
Where the other one, Unitree, 16 grand, that's a car. Yeah. A family can afford that. And you can teleoperate that too, the Unitree one.
Depends what family though, because I don't think mine could.
Yeah. What family really is going to do that? You've got to be earning 5 times that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To actually afford it, like one-off payment, no finance, no extra interest added on top.
But if it can cook, it can do your laundry, it can carry all the boxes, it can clean your house, it can take the motherfucking kids to school, it's worth it. To me. Walk the dog.
Nah, man, you can't. Listen, you can't gamble.
Business.
You can't tempt a paedophile with a robot's presence. They'll snatch your kid up. And
this is what I want self-defense things. But here's the thing: they want to make them so scary, intimidating. He's got to have some self-defense things to protect children and stuff.
Nah, man,
something.
This is the beginnings of Judgment Day, Terminator Salvation.
When someone hacks it and like, because they're teleoperated capable, anyone can hack that and pretend it's like being normal.
Yeah.
And then when you're gone, it's thief in your house and like running out and meeting the guy around the corner.
Yeah. just takes all your credit card information, your passport, all of that. There's way more money.
What
in
if
that
it's
than
doing
burning
drug
your house.
runs? Well, how are they going to trace it and chuck it to a person? It can do drug runs. There's so many possibilities. It's unbelievable.
Dump something in the back of the boot, make it drive
Yeah.
to wherever.
It can drive. Yeah, drive. Why not?
Yeah. This a line needs to be drawn in the sand, right? And
It's quite funny.
it's got to be that we have to limit the urge to create.
Mm-hmm.
Let's create life through reproduction, through biology and our physiology.
Yeah.
Let's try and slow down on this seed of life, breath of life business
Yeah.
that it's gonna cause our downfall.
I mean, this is happening. I mean, like, they say, oh, there's a new startup happening every day. But no, I know about 6 or 7 that I feel are like, okay, yeah, you guys are going to be ready in about a year or 2.
Yeah.
They're all varying different prices, all look kind of different, all different stages. But Unitree, I'm telling you, is the one. Is the one. Like, I would invest in that. I would buy it. That 100%. And because it's an independent company going straight to the public, I trust them. You know, more.
Now you say that, I've got a feeling I was served food recently or like in the summertime. Went to an Asian, an
Okay.
Indian deli house.
Right.
I obviously ordered kebab.
keep them spices and motherfucking.
One of those Japanese kawaii server robots came and gave us our plates.
Really?
A human took the order.
Was it West? West?
No, fucking tooting.
Tooting? You have to let me know. I'm going to go, get me something to eat.
Tooting High Street. But they don't sell alcohol in there. It's a Muslim drink.
Oh, okay.
I shouldn't have said it like that, shouldn't I?
Well, it's true. It's goddamn true.
Yeah. Do you know what, yeah? If I walk into somewhere and a robot is going to serve me, walk out.
Yeah.
I'll walk out.
I just think the trust for Tesla is so low, including their cars. That new Cybertruck is so dangerous. It's falling apart. It's rusting. All sorts of problems. It's that Tesla, he's just the guy at the head who owns it. The ones creating or doing all the work and their brain power ain't him. It's not him. But he gets to do what he wants with it all. So it's kind of like, yeah, I just wouldn't trust him. I wouldn't recommend him. Pick one of the other robot companies. There's plenty.
Microsoft's new robot company.
God. Can you imagine? Fuck them.
At least Bill Gates is hardworking at the way he fucks you. Elon Musk just...
He plays right in your face. Good old Bill.
We're going to need vaccines.
This is for real. And it's like, bitch, shut up. You're trying to depopulate the planet. Fucking up like Freudian slipping on TED Talks and shit. Do you know what I mean? We're going to wipe half the world. I mean, do you know what I mean? It's like, take a motherfucking sugar pill, bitch. Oh, God.
Okay, this one's a nice turn. A sky glider spots a dog at the top of the Great Pyramid of Giza.
I cracked up when I see this. Barking at birds and fucking... I was like, what?
Do you know what? It's good to see that because they make this big fuss about don't climb on the pyramid, don't climb.
Yeah.
And there you go. No one's watching it.
Yeah.
A stray mongrel dog.
Yeah, mongrel.
From the streets of Cairo.
From the streets of Cairo.
He's up there shitting and pissing. He's probably pissed up
Living
there.
his life. Enjoying it, bro. Like, yeah, the guy's obviously sky gliding and just seen it there and took a video. And I was like, how'd he get up there? But you got to remember, them Cairo dogs and them Egyptian dogs ain't like the dogs here that can't even climb the stairs off the time. Do you know what I mean? Them dogs be like cats. They be jumping up and fucking climb the whole fucking pyramid for fun. And everyone's like, oh, well, how's it get down? And then all the news networks are like, we're working on updates. Because everyone's thinking it's stranded up there. It was like, did aliens put it up there? All stupid shit. Oh. And then there's a video of him like casually coming down it.
Yeah.
All the way to the bottom. Like, ooh.
Went up there for a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, just to have a look around, I guess.
Yeah, the streets of Cairo are stinking.
You know? They're goddamn. But it's falling apart. It's decrepit. Looking at it, I was like...
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It doesn't look how it used to.
No, I used to be marveled at them. But now I'm kind of like... looks like it's falling apart. You know?
Like, it's all right, but...
I don't think it's coming down anytime soon. I mean, it's a pyramid.
Yeah. Mind you,
know,
if it crumbled, at least there might be something undiscovered under there or in there.
Well, I think probably. I mean, it's It's funny Egypt, innit? Because the grave, what are they called? Tomb Raiders.
Yeah, the
The
grave.
Tomb Raiders. They be taking, they've been doing that for, when did they find them? Sorry,
Like,
when did the British come upon them? Because the British started time, apparently, you know what I mean, in Greenwich.
I reckon it's like 1700s, if not the 18.
Yeah, probably.
You know, at that peak in like 1850, 1890,
Yeah.
1950s, they always
Where's the capstone as well? Where are they? Somewhere? I guess there's something in a museum somewhere. Probably the
in
British.
History Museum.
Yeah, probably in the British.
British Museum. Do they call it the Natural History Museum or the British History Museum?
There's two in there. I think
Yeah.
there's the British Museum and then the Natural History Museum.
Mhm.
I think. I saw. I think it's the Natural History Museum that's the mummies that I remember them taking me to, and all the mummies like behind the glass. And even back then, I was like, should you bitches have taken this? Why am I looking at an ancient king dead in a glass box? Like, I was really like, as a kid, just like didn't feel right about that.
I was offended.
Really?
Yeah, I was offended.
Yeah.
And I was offended simply because I guess it was a simple mindset. It was like, so you're telling me I could get buried, choose to be mummified, and however many years later,
Dig you up.
they're going to dig me up and put me on show.
Yeah. It's sick. It's actually quite sick.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah. And good, like, I loved Egypt when I was a kid. Just everything about it. And I know, obviously, they bury them with seals and magic. Like, they put curses on anyone who touches that shit. Anyone who steps in, anyone who does anything. And there are things of, like, the early archaeologists, like, mad shit happening to them that you can't explain.
All of them dying.
Dying.
And then they tried to say that it was because of, nitrous gases or, harmful gases that was in there from decomposing bodies.
Doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
You know? But I was just like, I felt bad. I was like, I'm glad there's glass because it nullifies the energy or some shit. I don't know. Didn't want to be complicit in it. But yeah, glad the dog's fine. Son will be eating it by next week.
How comes they haven't put up any fences?
What, around it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. But from the images that I last saw, Cairo's getting closer and closer. Like half that desert is city.
Is it?
And I'm like, it's so ugly. I hate it. I don't know why. I don't know. Not that I'm protective over the Egyptian gods or none of that. That's where our people was taken out of slavery, but, so next topic is, the British government have, so I'm guessing they've received investments from Lilly, which is the world's biggest pharmaceutical company, to fund weight loss jabs for benefit receivers to get them back to work. Like, what the fuck is this? Where are we?
They said,
They said, you fat bastards. You motherfucking fat bastards. You know?
They said Doctor not Doctor Dolittle. What's the other Eddie Murphy movie where? Is it
Norbit? No, the one with Janet Jackson in it. Nutty Professor.
Nutty Professor.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. They said they was onto something.
Yeah.
They need to cut that welfare bill.
This is so like body shaming. This is so discriminatory. This is so experimentary. This is so infringement on human rights to even propose this shit. And what I hate is the media acting like, yes, yep, this is happening. And I'm like, you lot are grooming the public now to accept this. And because the Ozempic media craze of it all, they're like, yeah, we want to get skinny for free. What's it got to do? As far as I was concerned, all the 4 million that signed on in the last couple of years was because of COVID. Because you bitches shut the world down. Had nothing to do with fat. People have been fat forever. I mean, like, this is disgusting. I hate them. Okay, so the British have always been the British. And not being, I guess, the roots of my heritage not being British. It's like the world's hated the British. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's hated the British. People can say, oh, we hate the French. Everyone can say they hate the French and no one gets mad because everyone's like, duh. You know what I mean? But like when it comes to the British, it's like, oh, because they're still reigning in a sense. Do you know what I mean? Like St. Lucia is still under British rule. So is Jamaica. So is, half the African nations. Like they still are in charge. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you got to be careful what you say, but not on this podcast, I'm afraid. But yeah, like this mentality is a British mentality and it's disgusting. And I'm not talking about you people, British people. I'm talking about the government. There's the British aristocracy or whoever's in charge. Like, this is disgusting. And whoever proposed this, like, shame
Shame!
be upon you and your family for generations and eons.
A bit of the old North Korean judicial system.
Yeah.
What do they do again? Is it 4 generations or 3 generations? Whoever commits a crime, 3 generations of their family goes to
I know, that's wild.
That's like, okay, it's in your foundations. You're all going Camp Green Lake.
Can you imagine? Like, what?
I don't know. I'm kind of split between the anger and the viciousness of having my own battles with weight. Where I'm like,
Oh, would you take it?
I wouldn't take it. I would double down on dieting and exercising.
And they still haven't finished the research over like what it does for weight. Like if you take it for weight loss, like what it does to non-diabetics. It's damaging.
It stops their stomachs from working.
It's gonna fucking you lot like. And there's one thing: the celebrities, if they get sick, because they're like vain and full of shit. But like your average people, like what you gonna do? Like you're gonna ruin the country even more when they all can't go to work because you've given fucking weight loss jabs that's fucked them up.
Yeah.
Now they can't work because you've disabled them. Like what is going on here? Like Twilight Zone. This is Twilight Zone. I see it coming.
I don't know if it's time for me to start opening up certain cans of worms, but I've noticed there is another shift in the kind of healthcare infrastructure where quite a fair bit of NHS services are being privatized and pushed into the privacy of homes as opposed to hospitals. I'll tell you more about it later. But
Okay.
Yeah.
This is fucked. This ain't gonna go in well, guys.
Yeah, it's not.
Mm-mm.
It's not. But let's let them eat cake for now.
In it,
Mr. Kipling's.
Mr. Kipling. Not sponsored.
Yeah. So Nick Jonas was rushed off stage after laser point aimed at his forehead in Prague.
Literally.
Now, why is it funny?
What is going on here?
On one hand, someone passes away tragically.
Yeah,
And
true.
On the other hand, it's funny.
Someone's life is threatened on stage in Prague. I looked, but it's like, can you imagine who spotted it? First of all, was the crowd like, Joe, Nick? Do you know what I mean? He can't look at his own forehead. Someone must have got him, come and rush him off
Security
stage.
would have seen.
Yeah, they must have. I hope
Security.
they're not worth their salt otherwise.
Code red, code red, code red.
And who is pointing a fucking rifle at Nick Jonas's head? Like, what's he done? For fuck's sake. In Prague, of all places. That is some ho dunk motherfucking backwater place. It's Prague.
Go on tour, they said.
Yeah.
Make your money, they said.
I want to know more. Is there more? Let's see. I don't know. Is there more? Because that's weird. Don't you think?
It's Disney. It's Disney.
Because they hate Disney.
Mickey Mouse said, you think you're fucking with me? I told you to keep those fucking rings on.
Oh, the promiscuity rings.
Yeah.
I think they're called promise rings. No, what were they? Purity rings.
Purity ring.
Weren't they Mormons or some dumb shit?
That I don't know. But they were definitely lying about those purity rings craze.
For sure.
It was a ploy to, get girls get little girls, teenage girls to commit to the Jonas movement as opposed to getting in
Yeah, I
back
never
seats.
really got that.
They were hot for
So it's just it was PR. Okay, so the intel says Nick Joe. All right, don't laugh. Nick Jonas bolted off stage during not bolted. So Nick Jonas bolted off stage during the Jonas Brothers concert in Prague on Tuesday night after a laser pointer was aimed at his head, causing the show to be stopped for several minutes. Footage of the incident circulated afterwards on social media, with a frightened Jonas running backstage while frantically flashing a timeout sign with his hands. This was at the O2 Arena in Prague. Because you can't get them on stage in some backwater bitch, you know what I mean? Like, these are the Jonas Brothers.
So someone brought a laser in and thought,
What do you
this
think?
is going to be shits and good.
Oh, that's funny. If it was just a laser, not like a gun.
Yeah, I don't think
Because who's getting in?
you'd have to grease a lot of palms and you're compromising a lot of people's security. So many different things are being compromised
Yeah.
by letting someone in
Yeah.
to assassinate Nick Jonas.
What, do you remember the Ariana Grande thing?
Yeah.
Where they blew up half the stadium.
Yeah.
So that happened, so.
But that was a different kind of... when
I'm trying not to get into,
it's an act of the T word. The Ariana Grande
Terrorism.
thing was an act of the T word.
Yeah. This would be assassination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This would be like, oh my God.
What if someone was trying to assassinate him? That's crazy. Like,
One Direction can't have a reunion.
So you ain't seen Nick Jonas on the stage again. Like, dude, motherfucker ain't getting on no stage again.
He's gonna stand behind a bulletproof sheet of glass.
They've done, well, not bulletproof glass, but they've got this new netting system that you can't see it. But if anyone throws something at the stage, only certain artists, I've seen it with Lady Gaga or people like that, throw something at the stage, it's bouncing off, and people are like, what, magic? No, it's a fucking special net. You can't even see.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they better watch out for shurikens.
Shurikens. Exactly. Cut that shit in half. Where's the ninjas at?
Yeah, because imagine the weight of it. If it's covering like a main stage,
Yeah.
even that netting, when it all comes down, that's going to weigh a fair
Yeah,
bit.
it's got you. I think only the artists with budgets, can even get on the stage. Live Nation. Fucking up the industry now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're thinking, man, it shouldn't be funny. I guess it's only funny because he survived.
Yes.
It's like, oh.
Yes. Because come on now.
Oh, man.
Imagine
man.
head blown apart right on stage. Crazy.
Nick Jonas is Nick the one that's like, I'm still hellish. There's just to get jealous.
He's not the lead. He's the second most desirable, I think, or popular out of the group. And then you got the ugly one in ya. That's the way they always used to talk about it. You got the ugly one who would married and settled, and then you got the two that's always in the media and married to like big people.
Is that Nick and Joe?
Nick and Joe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Nick Jonas is the one that
I remember Camp Rock. I remember that on Disney Channel. That was their film or whatever.
Jealous. I can remember one song that I used to listen to. I still hellish.
Oh, that's him. That's Nick.
That's
Yeah.
Nick
Yeah,
Oh.
that was one of his solo things, I think.
Yeah, I could see it.
Someone hates Nick. No. But yes, so next topic, final topic is 25% of Lebanon on evacuation orders by Israel.
Oh shit. So Israel saying, yeah, fuck it, we're just taking the whole region now because
Didn't we predict this?
we did. We warned you.
We warned you all. I mean, we said stop them now because they're coming for the rest of, the region. And here they are. The poor Lebanese. What have they done now? Because before it was the Gazans are terrorists and they're animals and we must wipe them out. What's the Lebanon's done? What's the Lebanese done, bitch? Nothing. You know what I mean? So it was never about that. It's just they're power hungry. No one stopped them. They're still sending arms. Britain, America.
Yeah, we're fucked.
They're literally like just.
We are fucked.
Now they can't really justify this country, especially since we're here. You can't justify why you're letting this happen.
They don't need to.
Well, they're backing them. They're using all of their fucking powers. They can't do this on their own. Hell no.
Here's how I see this play going. They're going to secure Lebanon. With securing Lebanon, they've now secured the coastline. With securing the coastline, there's actually no budget, no moving, and the West will just do what the West does and be like, well, they've brought stability.
Oh my god!
Let's avoid any more bloodshed.
Oh my god, this is sick.
They're going to take that route, and Lebanon's gone. That's it. Lebanon will become Gaza.
Oh
Part
my
two.
word! Watch. Listen, this is disgusting. You know what I mean? And this is just like the amount of journalists that have been brutally murdered, like in the last week, like young 21-year-olds. You know what I mean? Like shot in the head or burnt alive, and you know what I mean? And all the sex crimes, and if you can call it, atrocities that's happening. You know what I mean? I'm like just flicking through now. Like it's to the point where I can't get into it. I can't look at the details. I can't see how many more kids being murdered. Like I can't do it. I can't see all the dead bodies of children. I can't, my brain can't do it. Where 6 months ago we were talking about this, I was looking into details and giving you lot the dish. You know what I mean? I can't do that now. I just can't do it. Sorry. It's in God's hands. Because it's like, this is horrific. I don't know how anyone's standing this. Like, I just don't get it. And I know atrocities happen around the world. This is superpowers, America, Britain. They stand on democracy and equal human rights and like what? They don't have a leg to stand on. Like, where's the world courts at? Where's the Hague? Where's the UN? Like, they're all just taking it, and that just sickens me. Like, I'm sickened. I'm sickened, proper sickened. No one can justify this. Before it's Hamas. That's long gone been a standing point. Hamas are nothing compared to Israel. Like, they can't even fucking... That's like saying the whites, the blacks, you know, or whoever the whites suppressed, for instance. Like, no, you can't... There's the power in difference. You can't even say Hamas no more. Like, it don't even... What a Hamas to Israel? What a Hamas to the UK or America? Nothing. You know what I mean? Just see how they use one tiny thing, and like, who's buying this? Who is still saying, no, Israel's in the right? Religious Christians, which also makes me sick. Like, supporting it blindly because it's Israel.
Yeah, don't you worry. If you're one shade below brown paper bag, you will see. You know, wait your turn. There was a Jewish poet or a Jewish saying during the Second World War that came after it, and I might be butchering this up, but it goes along the lines of: first they came for the teacher, and no one said anything. Then they came for the scientists, and no one said anything. Then they came for the priests, and no one said anything. Now they've taken me. And there's no one left to say anything.
And we all know that America and Britain or whatever, what they do for oil and what they justify doing for oil on the back of democracy, so on, and killing off terrorists and heads of this and that and assassinating. And it's funny when the UK and America assassinate, everyone's like, well done, democracy has strengthened, and, you know, the world's a better place, they're peacekeepers. But if anyone else do it, they're terrorists. Hamas do it, they're terrorists. Or anyone else, they're terrorists. Like, this is that white mentality. And like I said, check the ethnic groups of, you know, the Israel, what they say is Israel. You know what I mean? They're white. They're white. So to me, this is Britain and America doing their old school thing of colonization through Israel, through the Middle East, because they can't do it. They can't do it. No, they couldn't get away with it. But who's funding them? Sending their planes, sending their jets. 22 billion just sent again from America to Israel. 22 billion? Flint, Michigan is drinking toxic waste, bitch. Kids are dying. Detroit, fucked. Like, whole cities and regions of America are fucked. The UK, half the fucking country's starving. But you're selling billions to, make the money back off of the back of dead children. This is fucked. You know, it actually is insane. And any journalist that backs this shit, you're scum. You're scum. Playing the minds of people.
White power!
I'm telling you. You know?
Do you know what? I was actually looking forward to like a really funny, tongue-in-cheek, and I'm trying to claw whatever bits of humour there might be. What little
the world is rough right now.
Threads of humour there might be to pull out.
It's rough.
It's all round sad.
Yeah, I just feel like if there was, it wouldn't be if people were like, do you remember like all the hundreds of thousands of people protesting and all of that? Like, where's that gone?
Yeah. Well,
people get tired. We can't do nothing.
It's not so much that they're tired. They don't give a fuck about Lebanon. When it was a matter of, they're just clearing out the space to make their move on Lebanon, everyone was looking at the issue that was there in your face. Weren't looking at, okay, what's the long game here? Because when you looked at the maps and the sizes of Gaza and the West Bank, and the allocated zones, it has steadily shrunk year by year by year by year. And what is left of it now, the same way that the townships in Poland and the eastern fronts were concentrated and then cleared, is the same way that the Gaza Strip has been concentrated.
So if the whites in South Africa did what Israel are doing to Palestinians, do you think that would run?
If the whites in South Africa...
And if Africa, the whole of Africa, did nothing. Nothing.
They would have stood by.
Do you know what I mean? Stood by.
They would have stood by and let it happen until the problem was way too big.
You know?
And the neighbouring countries and things would have gone downhill. Historically speaking, during the times of apartheid... And the years preceding it, Zimbabwe was a British colony. So the protectorship was from Britain. South Africa, funnily enough, was technically one of the only independent nations. But that independence was through being ruled by the descendants of Dutch, British, French, Portuguese. It was a free colony state, so to speak. So the expansion could have happened. However, when the majority of your population that runs all the services and all the infrastructure and all of the hard toil labours that allows your luxuries,
Yeah.
you've got to keep them around because you don't have any poor whites to replace them with. And
Yeah.
you're not attracting migration from Europe into South Africa. If migration of whites was coming in, replacing the blacks, and the blacks were pushed further and further out into poverty, into the deserts, or pushed into neighboring nations, they could have completely gentrified and cleansed South Africa.
Because people talk about it's like, oh, I went to Africa. Like, if someone says to me, oh, I went to Africa. Oh, where'd you go? And they tell me South Africa. Not being funny, I don't mean to offend no one, but to me, you ain't been to Africa. You've been to a white motherfucking ruled, do you know what I mean, apartheid state. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, to this day, go speak to any, you know what I mean? From, what's her name, Tyler? On the Breakfast Club, they said, what are you? Obviously, you're mixed race. She's black, white, and Indian. If you want to say, same mix as me, right? Just not Caribbean. And she said, where I'm from, we're called coloured. That's what they call mixed race people out there.
Yeah.
Coloured. Now, that is a very disgusting old term for whites to use against anyone black or, you know, of any whatever. It was against black and mixed race people. We can say they use coloured for Indians, but it was really for us. But out there, it's normalised. They identify as coloured, which I will not take away from them. Same as if you was in Portugal or Italy, and mixed race people are consistently, for over and over decades, called mulatto. Over and over and over. So if they say, what are you? And they say, I'm mulatto. But if they come over here and say that to me, I'm like, bitch, what did you just call yourself? Because you're calling me that if you're calling yourself that. And I'm disgusted by being called a half donkey, half, you know, horse, or whatever the fuck it means in Portuguese. Disgusting. But out there, that's the culture. That's normalised. You know what I mean? It's like a white person calling us the N-word here. You're going to get your face beaten into the ground. Rightfully. I should hope. You know what I mean? But it's like, to me, the old school thing of colonisation by the British, which everyone apparently worldwide agrees is wrong. You know, they apologise, this Commonwealth. They're doing it now. The Americans are our cousins. They're British.
Yeah.
They came from Britain. and went and ceded the Americas and wiped out the natives. And to this day, they're all alcoholics and drug addicts, not all, on reservations. I'm really, really struggling. Like, really fucking struggling. It's happening now. How, like, are you lot not clocking this?
They're ignorant. Well, it's not even they. We all have our own levels of ignorance that blind and deter from just how much of an impact, how much more of an impact we as all people could have. You know that age-old illustration of, you know, the fat white man at a table, and there's just peoples of the world holding the table up.
All the colours.
Yeah.
Holding the table up.
Yeah. I won't even just say all the colours, because in all fairness, your average...
I mean,
Joe
we talk
Smith,
about the poor whites, but I know the poor whites get shooed out of court. They do have their privilege. They do. Even the poor whites, they have it. I could do the same crime. I'm going down. Period. There's no, oh, he's mixed. You know, and all you motherfuckers that come for light skinned and mixed race people, like, we have some privilege. No, we fucking don't. We might, among black people, do you know what I mean? On some cases, the uppity blacks, or like, do you know what I mean? People who don't think we're black. But among white people, no. We were slaves too. We're exactly the same. Like, do you know what I mean? Exactly the same. We don't get treated any better.
Fuckable slaves at that.
Right.
Stay in the house.
Fetishized.
That's crazy, you know.
Fetishized. Why do you think there were so many mixed race slaves? Because the white men could not take their eyes away from the black beauties, you know, that they had enslaved. They were attracted to them. You know what I mean? And the white women didn't care because they're working there, serve my dinner, bitch, and they get to beat the kid up. Do you know what I mean? Did you know, historically, yeah, black slaves and like children, because it's funny, yeah, these new sites that have been dug up, found like slave cemeteries, majority of them are under the ages of like 20. Majority of black slaves and mixed race were children, because the fucking life expectancy weren't above whatever. And do you know who was taking them out the most? White women. Because they couldn't control their anger. They would fucking beat them to death, historically. And it's like, Karens, people say the Karens, it ain't fucking changed. History don't change, people. It just changes its face. Do you know what I mean? Until all the whites offended, I'm going to get to you later. The sensitive whites out there. You know, I'm going to get to you later. But no, like, it ain't changed. And I just think, like, come on. I mean, there's something we must be able to do. What is it?
Not really.
There isn't, is there? Because who could stop them before? Nobody.
It's too late.
They had to choose that to do a PR propaganda. We've changed. They chose to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't make them feel guilty. And there's no such thing, you know, in the upper echelons as white guilt. There's no such thing as that. There isn't.
No. You don't even really get enough exposure to even hear that perspective or consider that perspective.
Yeah.
So there'll be no sore spot, no soft spot.
Yeah.
If anyone has a sense of white guilt, you basically had too much exposure to empathize with the help.
Yeah. But even the offended whites, that's white guilt too. That's the white guilt, is the offended ones. Even if they're not racist, even if they're not done anything, they know, because I'm mixed race. So let me tell you now, okay? Great-grandfather on the white side, racist as fuck. Racist as fuck. A lot of the family members on the white side were racist as fuck. They didn't like it being mixed. And I'm talking about the Irish. They didn't not like the mixing of the black. They did not like it. Even the Cockneys, they fucking are racist as fuck. I've got mixed race family members who are fucking called, you know, I mean, niggas like in their own house. It's real. It's really real. And the fact that white people pretend that it's not the case is bollocks too. Because I'm mixed, I know from a fact. You know what I mean? Related to racist, dirty, racist motherfuckers that see you as lower than human, lower than them. Do you know what I mean? I see it. I've lived it. So it's a situation where it's like, I even had a situation, right? Let me just tell a little story. So my great-grandfather, okay, he got very sick. And my father nursed him. Mm-hmm. And this white man had a revelation. Like, oh, you're capable of kindness? I'm not saying you're capable of kindness and empathy? A nigger? Like, for real. And it changed his heart. Kindness of this old, you know, this is my relative. He was a prisoner of war. He served in the army and hasn't had medals and shit. But he's a racist motherfucker. Do you know what I mean? And my father changed his heart through kindness of his illness and so on, because he's dying of cancer and stuff. Do you know what I mean? That's some real shit. Now, that doesn't happen very often, but it shows the mentality that these are the family members you're looking at, you know, and they really do. It's like they indoctrinate their own. They bring them up that way. Do you know what I mean? No one's racist naturally. So a lot of white people here are agreeing. They do agree. And there's a lot of white people who are like, they feel offended because they're like, I do know my auntie's like that, or my mother's like that, or my granddad's like that, or even my brother or sister's like that. They're not, but they feel guilty because their family are like that. They just don't say it. So sorry to expose you. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's that, really.
I don't mind. I'm at peace with the racism either way. To me, against me, for me, by me. It's life. We're going to rough and tumble and dust ourselves off.
I mean, it's improved. I mean, come on, it's improved.
I just hope. I don't really think it's improved.
Not systematically, but
I don't think it's improved. But I just hope I'm not drawn into any kind of form of combat, like as an old man, or when I can't defend myself, or I can't, you know. What
about the ones that raise, like, say for instance, the racists who fetishize black people, have sex with them, have babies, but they call them like all sorts of names and shit because they like the idea of the penis, but they're racist still. So they can have mixed race children like me and still be racist.
Yeah.
So even though we see more mixed race people, I mean, we're taking over. We literally are. Even like all the reports and science are saying we're taking over gradually. Hallelujah. You'll all look like me one day, bitch. Or your grandchildren or your children will look just like me. Do you know what I mean? And it's like happening, but it's not all out of love is what I'm saying. Like the fact there's more of us or whatever, that we're mixing more. It's not all out of love. It's all out of like kinks and fetishization.
But there we go, innit? It's like the shitting on your chest remark.
What I also love are the stories of the white women and men who would get with a black person and fall in love, and their families would disown them, and they wouldn't turncoat. They would stick with their man or their woman, have their kids, and fuck you, bitch, to their families. Fuck you, bitch. You know what I mean? Because they're like, what the fuck? I'm in love with this person. And they're like, oh, God, you know, how dare you muddy our waters. Horrible.
Yeah, it's bad stuff.
Bad stuff,
man.
But yes, we're going to go to a little ad break, and we'll get to the next moment.
Shout out to the Japanese listeners. Planet Vexed Music and Saint have released the all-new extended play, Shining Moments, featuring several of the promotional singles released by Saint in 2024, including the new J-Pop Club mix, The Best Ones. To learn more and to secure both your digital or physical copy, you can head over to topmusic.jp/saint or bandsintown.com/saint. You can stream and download the EP now from all major Japanese digital retailers, limited selected stores across the globe.
Welcome back to Vex Uncensored with me, Saint.
And Mimo Vader.
And we are in the famous, the debaucherous Vex Moments part of the show. So this is where, if you haven't heard us before, this is where we get into what's pissed us off recently, let some steam off. Do you know what I mean? It's usually a rapid fire type situation. So yeah.
It's the slanderous, the insatiable, the problematic, the honest, and downright uncensored Vex moments.
Do you have a Vex moment for the week?
Yes, I do. And for once, well, actually, I don't know. I've never thought that I sounded or come across self-righteous or like, oh, I'm better than others. I've sort of noticed driving, especially in like the last 6 months, it's almost like the quality of the drivers on the roads plummeted. Like just so much more. Maybe there's more people on the roads, and because there's more drivers on the roads, there's more idiots, more thick shits that's getting through. I'm seeing people do things behind the wheel that makes no fucking sense.
Really?
Yeah. And it is happening more and more frequently.
Well, like dangerous stuff.
Dangerous things, stupid things like, what's an example? Most of London streets have arrows on the ground to tell you what lane you should be in and what you can do in what lane. And people were just not paying attention to road markings. For example, if you've got a roundabout with 2 lanes, the arrows on the ground point straight and
to the
right.
direction. Yeah.
Straight and right, meaning in that lane, you can turn right. You do that, and the person that is in the immediate right-hand lane is beeping their horn, having a fit of rage because you've turned right in a lane that you're allowed to turn right in, but they want to turn right and then merge into the left-hand lane halfway on the exit of the roundabout. So instead of following the lane to go to... I'm describing a roundabout at the very top of Forest Hill. Very top of Forest Hill that connects...
The one I live near.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see where when you turn right on that roundabout, you go to Crystal Palace Parade.
Yeah.
If you go left, you're going back down towards Sydenham Hill.
No, lower down where I was.
Yeah, right at the top of Kirkdale, at the very top. So on that approach from, say, Sydenham Hill, Horniman side, you can use either one of the 2 lanes to either go left, go to the second exit, which is technically a right, but it is still a second exit. Most drivers nowadays don't actually even understand roundabouts. I've gotten to some where I'm looking right, there is a car there. You have priority. You have right of way. I'm looking at you to say, what you playing at? And they're looking at someone else over there.
Waiting for them
to go.
Don't ask this.
And it's like, you have your right of way. You're not, unless you're going to do a full 360 on that roundabout.
Yeah.
You've got no business minding whether the other person is coming your way or not, unless they are indicating right, which would mean then you would stop. As soon as they go and they're indicating right, I know you're going to be cut off and I will go.
Yes.
But if they too are frozen and looking,
like
me with a few marbles knocking around in my head, I'm going to say I'm taking this opportunity.
Like what am I waiting for?
All the other experienced drivers are behind me thinking, what the fuck are these idiots? Yeah.
Do you think that's because younger drivers, like, what do you think it's about?
I think I have reached that middle-aged point where almost everything is going to shit, and I'm slowly losing my patience for
the stupidity.
Yeah, naivety and stupidity.
Dumb shit.
Like, the dumb shit's not cute anymore. I'm repulsed.
Obviously, you've been driving for a long time, so you would have noticed these things before now, if there wasn't a change in tide.
The thing is that for the first 5 years of driving, I was very much like, okay, maybe I've still got things to learn. Yeah. I've still got things to figure out.
Yeah. Experience in it.
Yeah, but these last 5 years of driving has been a steady decline. Like, in the
I
past,
heard they're making driving tests and stuff harder now.
Nah.
Is that not true?
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
It's not true. It's not true.
They lied.
It's one of those perpetual things that people with licenses keep on repeating to people without one to try and motivate them to pass their test faster.
Got ya.
It's like, oh yeah, you want to get it done before they make it harder or before they make it 100 questions. It's been 75 questions for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So really, the only thing that may make it harder to pass is that if you do your practical test and you aren't completely clear of a pass, you might get marked down and fail because 10 people have already passed at that centre for that day. So it's
I
really,
didn't know they did that.
they won't openly
They
say,
won't say it. No, okay.
yeah,
Red tape or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you go in for the last test slot of the day at 5 p.m. and you do a perfect drive with like one minor fault, you are going to pass. They're not going to fail.
They can't. They said they've got to have room to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's pretty fucked if they do that to someone and they're like done pretty well, and you'd be like, "What? I want to fight someone."
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously, as always, you know, there's possibly some discrimination in there. You know, you don't speak too good English,
for sure.
you don't this or that.
You can't read signs English, like, you know.
And I will say, it took me about a year and a half to actually start understanding the parking notices. So like where it says 8 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Restricted times.
Yeah.
And then you get into tickets and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or bus lane shit. People fuck up on that a lot.
Yeah.
Going in and out and not realizing they're getting, snapped.
Mm-hmm. But as always, at the beginning of every bus lane, it will say what times the exclusions. There's one in Brockley that is 10 to 3. And even at like 9, 8 p.m., 5 p.m., people are still causing a backlog of traffic because they don't want to go in the bus lane. But that bus lane's not at any time.
Right.
It's one of those just morning rush hour.
Yeah.
10 a.m. to 3
Are they changing a lot of London, like in that sense of driving and stuff?
Yeah.
That could be it too.
They changed one of the layouts in Kidbrooke and they killed a pregnant woman. Police, undercover police officers, I think yesterday or the day before, smashed into the car, killed a woman and an unborn child.
That is fucked. Because I take a lot of, Ubers and shit. Like today, for instance, coming to do the show, I noticed Uber's got this new function. And because it's all satellite and because it's all, they're mapping like cars, they're mapping everything, I guess now, because you know why? Like there was a moment where like my driver's beeping and then there's beeping going on, whatever. Uber said to me, your car's been at standstill for a little bit long now. Is everything okay? I had to click, yes, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Or request help.
Really?
I was like, huh? So what happens? Do you know why? Because they can notice the traffic shouldn't be trafficking right now, bitch.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you still? Have you been kidnapped? I quite liked it, to be honest. I thought that was quite smart. It goes to show how the 5G net, like how everything's netted up now, which is kind of scary.
Yeah.
But no, I noticed because I'm in like Ubers a lot. It's like, yeah, there is a lot of kissing off teeth from the driver. There's a lot of complaining. There's a lot of that, and it never used to be that way. You get in a cab, back in the day though, cabbies were experts. They learned by driving around London, black cabs especially. They still are. It's like a Cockney thing actually. So you would do, you get a map, and you learn London. So you knew it off by heart.
Yeah,
and that's how they trained, and that's how they did. There was no other way. And even they do it now, like because it's traditional. But these technologically based, don't know where they're going unless they look at the sat nav, blah 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 blah. It's going to be problems.
Yeah,
because you're relying on a robot, on machinery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've noticed a lot of that, a lot of grief, road rage, and it's weird, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've noticed. Yeah, I noticed that.
I think this might not help, but as I'm sort of slowing down on my vices, I'm not as docile or as fuck, it's not worth it as I used to be.
Yeah.
And I'm spending more time on the road now with what I do now. I'm bouncing around.
Yeah.
Oh, Battersea's a disgusting area. Looks great and wonderful.
Oh, now I was thinking they're right done up Battersea.
In terms of material.
In the power station, like a shopping mall or some shit now. I don't know what it is. It's something.
Have you been?
No, I've not been to Battersea since I was a kid.
Complete U-turn in there.
Wow.
They've hollowed it out. There's a Nando's in there. There's like high designer boutiques in there. Yeah.
Oh wow, London.
Yeah.
London.
Where my country go?
It's like Brixton is something. I like it though. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm from there. It's a shithole, and a lot of it still is. But like what's the part? What's it? The market? They call it the market. It's really a hub of all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
And it's like a community, and it's a hard this. And I like the way they promote Brixton on social media and all the stories, and like I like that because it's a cultural hub.
Yeah.
Always has been, but it was the right criminal shithole. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, certain areas, and like, you know, I was complaining about Brixton being gentrified for a long time, but now I'm starting to see it kind of be actually a stepping stone for people to get up a little bit, you know?
Get pushed out of the neighborhood.
I mean, it's still
Pushed out
kind
of
of
the-
that housing
pushed out of
wise,
the-
but business wise, there's a leg up for black and brown people that I never saw before, you know?
Right.
And what's that? Been 100 times. The
Brixton Mass.
no,
Fridge.
you know, it's by the fucking station. What's it called? It's not like Box Park, but it's similar. It's like drink all the bars and all the little motherfucking
Yeah, the
little trinkets, fucking, I don't know what to call it, boutiquey motherfucking trendy shit.
it's like what Black Market has going on around there now.
Yeah. Oh my god, did you see they're finally redoing all of Lewisham Centre?
Yeah, they're gonna knock it down.
I'm like, that is gonna be sad, but also thank God, because Lewisham, if you're from Lewisham, you know. But at the same time, it's kind of like, it's been that way for too long. It's getting to a right old. It's gonna be Peckham if they don't do something about it. It's gonna be a right old shitty fucking dump.
Yeah, but it's gonna be so much worse. Imagine you see the new builds they built by the station.
Oh, that took so long to complete.
Yeah,
20 years, I want to say.
they're going to replace the shopping centre with that.
Oh.
And they're going to sort of gentrify it to the extent that before you know it, most of the row houses and the terraced homes surrounding Lewisham are either going to skyrocket and then eventually be bought up, be sold up, and then it's just going to become like Elephant and
The
Castle.
way Brixton was when it first got gentrified, like, it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
It wasn't.
But it's been like 10 years now, so it's like, it's leveled out. But yeah, I saw the plans and I was like, whoa, if that's what Lucy's going to look like fucking hell.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're not going to deliver on what it looks like. It's like Woolwich. You know, in Woolwich, there is a whole block that's going to get knocked down because the prices of resources changed during the time that the developers were building. So the council said, "You've defrauded us. Knock it down."
Oh.
250 people are going to lose their housing.
Yeah, because Woolwich High Street is still pretty fucking rough. But they did that whole middle bit with the parking, a giant screen and the Tesco, and they did that. That's where it started and stopped.
Yeah.
The rest of Woolwich is still rough.
That was only because of the rail extension.
Yeah. But Woolwich is historical too.
Yeah,
It's
Woolwich
got
Arsenal.
the yeah, and a lot of the military fucking old school British fucking whatever you want to call it is all there still. Yeah, like, you know, and also there's a lot of Roman ruins actually still there.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, from back hello,
From straight roads.
the paved motherfucking shit, and they've got quite a few bits down there. But that's from back then.
historical Shittapar town.
Well, I mean, Southeast London it can't stay like this forever. Southeast London has stayed a bit fucking rough for a long time. I'm not gonna lie. That's my whole life anyway. You know, it's got to change at some point.
Me, I just don't. I feel bad saying this, but I've never been like, walking home clutching a set of books and
Oh, no, not us, no.
horrifically mugged. Like, oh my god, I can't
We're
believe
from
it's
here,
so
though.
dangerous.
Yeah, we're from here, though. It's different.
Yeah, so
I feel a safety in areas like that, Peckham, Brixton, Lewisham. Like, I feel Catford. Like, I feel safety because it's so rough. Because that's what I grew up with.
I'm all right. I'm all right on the main roads, but in the back alleys of the estates and things, I do get that feeling of, I'm not as fit as I used to be. I've gotten rather fat,
Yeah.
according to the government.
Yeah, but they're pickney now. All them.
Yeah,
they're
but-
pickney.
Yeah, but don't trust.
I mean, a shank's a shank. But I don't know. Anyone I'm 15 years older than, you ain't intimidating me for nothing.
No,
I can break
it's
a
not,
few of your necks at least.
it's not the intimidation that gets me. It's the
That's what they
complex.
bank on, though. The
Yeah,
intimidation.
Oh no,
They don't want to have to do nothing.
no, I'm far too.
Unless
far
you're
too-
from another gang, then they'll do it. Because
Yeah,
it's respect.
I'm far too calm. I'm far too calm. It's just that slight bit of, I don't want to go back down that path. Because all right, bad as it may be, right? It'll be like,
Oh my god, broccoli's come for fucking. That's gentrified. That's gentrified now.
Oh yeah.
Broccoli. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But there's nice houses. There's always actually been quite nice houses on the back, and like really nice houses in Broccoli.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But go to the barge. Go to the barge on a
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Especially end of the month or mid-month around.
Yeah.
You know, when the payments drop.
Yeah.
You'll see. They're all
Okay.
still kicking. They're all still there.
Yeah.
And a lot of the crime has, other than gang-related tit-for-tat violence,
Yes.
all the other things have sort of come out of the limelight.
Yeah.
So like the drug dealing and
True.
all this and that, it's more discreet.
Yes. I mean, much smarter now. Got to be said. You lot are like the youngsters on there. They're doing bank transfers now.
Yeah.
They are. So not that I should know. I'm speaking from your third party information. But no, yeah, like this is different now. God damn. It's quite interesting. Where back in the day it was be
But
careful
that's-
who you're meeting, you know.
You know, that's because,
For weed, guys, not anything dubious.
you know, that's because we've crossed the uncle threshold. They actually look at us and think we're uncles.
Probably. I mean, not me. They think I'm their age and it's annoying. They do. 21, 22. Yep. They all think I'm that.
Yeah.
Yep. They don't think twice. When I tell them that, they're like, like, yes, bitch. Have some respect here. Have some respect. You know? But yeah, I mean, mentality wise, yeah, we're up there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I got called uncle. I told you this. This is like 5-6 shows ago now.
Okay.
Got called
Yeah,
uncle
my
by-
memory not that great.
Yeah. Two young boys on a ped, no helmets on. Hey, uncle, can I get a cigarette, please?
Oh, wow.
I gave him a cigarette. Yo, uncle, you smoke weed? No, I don't smoke no weed. No, uncle, come on, man, you got a cigarette? You smoke weed? So like, give me another.
Wow. See, oh my god, it was so funny because when I was in Last in Lewisham, yeah, this Somalian guy come up and he went, "Have you got a cigarette?" And there was one hand in his mouth. I said to him, "You think you can ask for a cigarette when there's one when you're smoking one?" I didn't want to just turn around because you know me, like when I'm outside voice, bitch. And he was like, I picked this from the street. I was like, oh Lord God, dude. I went, oh no. And I got him one out. I don't even smoke cigarettes no more. So people start asking me, but I always get asked for a cigarette everywhere I go.
They're profiling you.
You know what I mean? It's like, how do you know I smoke? I ain't even fucking smoking half the time. It's just a vibe, innit? It's just got a vibe.
Stereotyping.
But now it's going to be like, I ain't got nothing, bitch.
Oh, right.
Or someone else.
In fact, no, fuck it. Let's put it
Fucking,
on
what's her
blast.
name in Catford asked me for one the other day? The famous whore of Catford.
Seriously?
Yeah.
The one that's always
outside
crying.
the city, whatever the fuck.
She's
it's
always
right
crying and screaming, bald head.
now. Yes.
Vanessa.
Yeah. What did I say to her? Oh, she wanted something or whatever. I said, oh, you got a couple of quid or whatever. I said, no. I said, I'll give you some crisps out of my bag, out of the shopping bag. Oh, I don't want to. I said, you picky?
Yeah.
And they gave people a I said, you're picky now? I said, no. And then she gave her a couple of bags of crisps out the multi-bag. Off you go, love. You know what I mean? Here's a bag, off you go.
Listen, she went and sold them on for £1 a pop.
Yeah. They do what they gotta do, man. They do what they gotta do.
Trust me, she needs to get that hostel room for the night.
Yeah.
That same hostel room they've all been trying to save up the £15-20 to get
Yes.
for that night.
Characters and guys, we're not from South East. We got some characters that have been there. But they're still alive and they've been there for 15, 20, almost 30 years.
30,
30 years at least.
27 to be exact.
Our uncles
Fritz-
and aunties know them. All our mates in schools knew them. Everyone knew those of them.
No,
You know.
not by name, but they'll recognise him.
Yeah,
They-
you pointed them out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fritz has a Facebook page.
Oh my god. I like a community.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised. It's Hood famous. Hood famous.
trust me. I remember the first time he smoked crack on the 136. And,
Oh, in front of you.
in front of everybody, he went up there on the back, loaded up his pipe,
Yep.
chased it.
Yep.
Everyone's like, "What the fuck is that smell?" And then there's, of course, I'm not going to say his name in case he still uses the same name.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's there going, "I cracked that my ear." Yo,
And they're like offended to even be in this vicinity.
he regretted it. Fritz got animated.
Right, because they don't give a fuck. They got nothing to lose.
Yeah, no.
Nothing.
And his backstory is actually crazy sad.
All of them. Yeah.
His origin story is.
Always bad.
You remember the new Crossfire that I don't know if it was NF arson racially.
What year? 90s?
Yes, 98, 97.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I lived there at the time.
Yeah, that fire. He lost all these people in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew some people. Yeah, for sure.
Lost all these people and found the crack.
Yes, grief.
Yeah.
Grief. That's what the crack is, you know. It's love. They're missing love for some reason. Well, same with the hero. I think it's the same for all of it. They're just missing love. They don't know what love even is at this point. You know what I mean? They don't know how to even identify this shit. You get me? But yeah, I don't play with them. You come to me in the street, I'm gonna talk to you like I know who you are, because bitch, I do. You saw me going to and from school, bitch. Don't play with me.
Do you know what? It would be nice to get stopped by someone. Actually, no, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. I take it back. I was going to say, like an older member of the community. Like, do you know what? I recognise you from XYZ. Good on you.
Yeah. Well, a lot probably either didn't survive or they're not in the life no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've moved on. They've matured.
I had a PE teacher. I had a PE teacher that used to live in the nicer houses, just a stone's throw away from the estate I grew up on.
Yeah.
And I used to always try and, I bumped into him the one time. And it was weird for him to tell me to save his number as a nickname that his friends use as opposed to first name or Mr. whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of my family members, people don't know their real names. And you're not allowed to tell them. You just call them by what they're known as. You don't, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. That's just for the papers, for the letters.
Yeah. That's how crime is, that's how it gotten away with. You know? They're like, Blades, who's Blades? They don't know it's the last name. You know? They just know the reputation and not to fuck with it. That's all.
Yeah.
But yeah. God bless South East London. God bless it.
Yes, indeed.
You know, God bless. Was that your vex?
Yeah.
Is that it? Just driving?
Yeah, just driving and social degradation.
Social degradation. Okay, well, mine is let's just do a rapid fire. So let's get this out of the way first. So, dear white people. Do you know people do open letters to white people? I think it's so funny. Americans usually, they do like open letters. And I'm like, how funny? I don't know why it's funny to me. It's just funny. Like, who's reading that? But anyway, so whites, poor whites. What is? No, seriously, real seriousness. So I think, in the past, I'm very vocal and I'm very, straightforward. I'm very blunt. I'm like, it's just the way it is. And if you knew me personally, you wouldn't take offense. You would most likely sit and think, you wouldn't take offense. But to the whites who are not, despicable, shall I say, to the ones who, grew up on our side of the fence, or to the ones who have some sort of, ability to get past, white pride. Yes, white pride, it's a disease. It's a disease. But no, to the ones listening, even people I know, I know plenty, I didn't really grow up around a lot of white people. Didn't. So there is a disconnect, but at the same time, I'm mixed race. I mean, like, a third of my family are white. So at the end of the day, it's a situation where it's like, you're not strangers to me. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, not every one person in a race is the same. And when I'm talking to whites and criticizing whites and criticizing your infrastructures, your historical, systematic infrastructures, do you know what I mean? Namely, British especially, ravage the world and half of us hate ourselves or, don't even know which way to go, mentally, or walk the streets, with our heads down because we're black or we're mixed or we're Indian or whatever the fuck. And a lot of people bleaching their skin, or in India, do you know what I mean? The caste system is horrific to this day. The way they treat each other, treat people who, again, I've had Indian hate from Indians. Yeah, a lot. No, I do, a lot. Because they look at me, again, people, with me, not every mixed person's the same, looks the same, It's a long story. It's kind of like common sense, but there's no common sense with us, apparently. People just don't have it. But with me, Indian people see me and they see the Indian in me and they assume I'm Indian or Pakistani or something. And I'm, part of me is. Do you know what I mean? But that's it. I didn't grow up in their culture. Never been to that part of the world. I know nothing about it. Do you know what I mean? But they're treating me like, if I went and stepped off the plane there, I'd be worshipped. And they blunt me pretty blatantly. Do you know what I mean? To the point where I've got to check people. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not Indian. Like, I'm not one of you, You know what I mean? Like, check your fucking self. I'm not one of you. So first of all, don't bring your fucking self-hate over here, bitch. Do you know what I mean? But then I have to think and go, it's not their fault. It's the whites' fault. And again, not all the whites. The ones who think they're better, because there are. It's just the way it is. And racism is a disease. It it corrupts, it corrodes. That's what diseases do. And it's contagious. They pass it on to their kids and so on. And people do wake up. Like I said, the story of my family, they wake up, but not all of them do. And it's to a point where it's perpetuated. But For instance, if there's a white neighborhood and there like might be an Indian here and a black here and a Japanese here.
Yeah.
Okay, so they'll either like, oh yeah, cool, ta ta ta. But you don't know how they're being spoken about. You know what I mean? In these households.
Yeah.
But there's an even thing where, like the Japanese, for instance, will acclimatize because they're like, oh, well, I might be Japanese, but I'm not black. No, for real. And they'll think, oh, I'm as good as a white. No, you're not, bitch. You're still a Jap to them.
Yeah.
Sorry to say. Same with the Indian. You're still Indian to them. Don't ever think you're big enough to be one of them. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, because I'm not black. I've experienced that. It's like, listen, it's angering. But then guess who gets to sit back and not get any of the press, any stress or any the whites? And this is why I put pressure on you. This is why my foot's so dead all the time. Because there's things I can do as a mixed person, a straight black person can't do. A straight Indian person can't do. I will do it. I will do it. Who's going to come and check me? I'm a mix of all you motherfuckers together. You know what I mean? I can do that. And proudly too. And I'm not going to, curtail my voice for any motherfucker. I've been doing this shit since I was a baby. I was brought up that way. Very militant. I had a very militant father. Very fight the power. Very proud solution, this and that, blah, blah, same grind, all that shit. So it's not going to change. But for this, the sensitive ones who feel, again, I am being racialized.
Yeah.
I'm the victim. It's like, I don't know, mature up. Like, you trust me, you don't know what it's like to be one of us. Whatever you're feeling is nothing compared to what we feel. You ain't had to walk the walk, what we feel. You might have a black kid, you might have black family members, mixed race family. It is not the same. So that's why we say white tears. Because they fall, you know what I mean? And all tears are the same. But at the end of the day, it's not the same. And that's what a lot of you need to wake up about and just mature up. Do you know what I mean? A lot of you want to use words like racist. I'm mixed race. Unless there's a race in me that I'm not, then you can maybe say, oh, you're this and that against that. If that's a part of my DNA, then you can't say fuck all to me. Because if I'm criticizing you, then I'm criticizing my own family members too. So, it's not so much an apology, but it's like, to the ones who don't fit into those molds, I'm not talking to you. So shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Stop crying. I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to the ones you should be pulling up. I'm doing your job. You do it then. Because I can sit back all day. I don't want to have to do this shit. You do it then. But none of you do it. None of you. You'll hear blah, blah. I went to a dinner once in Turkey when I lived in Turkey, and I went to a dinner and, cool people, blah, blah. No one's black, but I am, whether they know it or not. And I heard one person talking about they're going to open a business, an establishment, okay? And one person said, oh, yeah, don't get blacks in there. They rob. Right at the table, like in front of me. And I looked at the person like whose house I was like, am I going to ruin this dinner? Because them saying it didn't ruin the dinner, right? But me saying, excuse me, bitch, what the fuck did you say? Guess who's the problem?
Yeah, you are.
So, if you lot did it more, like if someone else at a table who weren't black said, excuse me, we don't think like that. Can you leave? Guess what? No one said shit. And I got an apology after the dinner. I'm really sorry you had to hear that. Oh, you're sorry I had to hear it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on now. That was that. Oh, okay, second one. So, this could have been a topic, but I thought I'd keep it. So, someone took a 23andMe specifically DNA test, swabbed it around the horse's mouth, sent it in. Guess what it come back is? They're Cherokee, they're Native, they're fucking Ashkenazi, they're fucking Indian, they've got 55% African. Like, bitch, it's a horse. Bitch, it's a fucking animal. How the fuck? What?
Yeah, man.
It's proving it's bollocks. They're harvesting your DNA. I told you, forever. They're harvesting your DNA. But they've lost bare stockholders.
Yeah.
Bare shareholders. So they've just, people are like, wow. So they've had a 15-year existence, harvesting you lot's DNA, thinking, oh, look guys, I'm 25%, all you white people, I'm 25% Nigerian. But you ain't got one black person in your family. Make that make sense?
Yeah, it's true.
Come on now, you lot stupid. You know what I mean? I'm not stupid you've been taking the piss out of, but like, there's no, and here's another thing I want to add. There's no such thing as race. Let's remember that. There's no such thing that's created by white people. Europeans, Portuguese, Spanish, Dutch, British, it was created. There's only one race, it's the human race. Like, did you know, like people don't know this, it's mad that, and the younger generations, it's like they're keeping them stupid. So we do have to like tell them, because scientifically, there's not enough determining scientific genetic factors between black, white, Indian, whatever, to actually differentiate us. There's nothing. There's not enough. I know you look at melanin, you look at skin color, hair color, kinkiness of hair, the way we appear. There's actually not enough differentiating factors scientifically to separate us. None. We're all the same.
Yeah.
All of us. There's no such thing as race. I know that. Being a mixed race person, got grown up that way. So when you said you had to find out about slavery, I never had that chance because I'm mixed. That's how I exist.
Yeah.
being Caribbean as well. You know, Africans could grow up in this country and have to learn slavery, but Caribbeans, we don't have that privilege. Black ones, mixed race, or whatever. We don't have, that's how we exist here. So yeah, I just want to bring that up because these DNA tests are just making things worse. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird and they're not even real. So what's the last one I got? Okay, so did you see articles about the TikToker saying that the Star of Bethlehem appeared in the sky?
Oh dear.
Because there's like a bright star. People saying, scientists saying it's a comet. Then there's one TikToker and it's going everywhere. And I'm like, why are you not listening to teenager? That's a teenager.
Yeah.
What the fuck does he know? You know what I mean? Like, what is everywhere? Oh my goodness, and and what does this mean? And la la la. And he's like getting people hyped up for nothing. He's like 15.
It's the red cow.
It's the red cow, the red heifer.
Yeah, it's the red heifer.
You know? And it's weird, there's literally a day later or something. You know, I had the Lord told me straight, don't let no one get you hyped up about when I'm coming or not. Didn't I tell you not to speculate? Did I tell you not to mind your business? Read your Bibles. Did I not tell you to mind your business? And I'm remind you all of, because it's all the religious Christians who don't have the Holy Spirit, are not saved. The same ones supporting Israel and all of that. They're just reading words in a book, not the living word of God. It's not connected with them. There's no Holy Spirit to go to link things together and all of this. Do you know what I mean? It literally says, until the man of lawlessness sits in the temple of God and proclaims to be God, Christ cannot be expected to return. So he has given us guidelines. Has that happened? So what the fuck are you talking about? You're just getting people like religious tension. You know, you're creating panic and then the media are running with it because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about either. They rely on a Christian's voice to be true and know what they're talking about. If you don't know what you're talking about, shut up.
Mm.
But yeah, it's so frustrating because it's just like the world is a mess already. You know what I mean? And they should be focusing on what the Lord says about love and compassion. You know what I mean? And love thy neighbor and and all of this stuff. And instead they're trying to focus on like gimmicky, like not gimmicky, but like they're trying to focus on things that they've been told not to. It's just weird. Trivial. It's going to happen. You'll know when it happens. You know what I mean? It's really that simple. So yeah, if you know what you're talking about, talk about it. If you don't, and this is for me anyway, for everybody, if you know what you're talking about, just sit there all day because you can be questioned a million times. And if you don't, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
That's right.
If you're talking on gay people, but you're not gay, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Have you walked their life? No. You're talking about black people. Are you black? No. So shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Do you know what I mean? It's quite common sense. But no, there's the YouTube and everyone's going crazy. So yeah, it's just shut the fuck up.
The black heifer. The black heifer has risen.
That'll be next. The black heifer.
There in the sky.
You know?
Is there anything to plug?
Is there? Oh yeah, my Japanese EP come out this week? It was actually last week. I just forgot when it was coming out. Only in Japan, physical stuff, digital stuff. Just go to my bio on Instagram. Almost 10,000 listens or something so far.